to change it during.
Okay.
So anyways, now we are live.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody out there for
Hello, Wrestling
WrestlingGab.
Cats. That's Dalethea. I'm Travis.
And we have a special guest
and we
with
have
us
a
today
special
who is
guest.
a wonderful person.
And-
He has his own YouTube site called Joedebest Wrestling TV. Welcome, Joe, to WrestlingGab.
And
Thank
hanging
you
out with
so
Joe,
much
I have
for being
realized
with us.
that he is the best.
Yeah.
Great dude.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. You could not even say more than that, man. Come on. And also, my viewers, man, I'm sorry that there's a couple of situations on my channel. I'm trying to put my people, my friends, Wrestling Gap on my stream also. But of course, guys, they also have a YouTube channel known by Wrestling Gap. We do the same thing. And of course, when we're in the same thing, we are just a family right there. So, boom.
Moving in the
Welcome,
same direction.
Wrestling Gap.
Yeah. So we got people in our chat saying hello, which I think you've already talked to on yours. We Justin Dustin out there. And Guy Dawson is in our chat. The Fiend is out there. Joven is out there. Hey, everybody. How is your Saturday morning / afternoon going? Or evening time, depending on where you're at.
Where you are at on the globe.
So, what are we doing today?
We are going to do a prediction show.
For
TLC, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs. WWE. That starts tomorrow night at what, 7 p.m. Eastern time?
I think so. I don't know. For Joe, does it start? Do you guys can get like the WWE Network and stuff for their app and everything.
He absolutely does all the pay-per-views.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what time in Joe's time zone it starts. So what time do you see it?
He sees it at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Is it 3 o'clock in the morning?
No, it depends actually. It actually depends. Oh, there we go. I can see that you guys already now the screen is coming in through. Amazing, amazing. I love that. So yes, Joedebest fans, there we have them. There we have them. The Wrestling Gap in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Put us on that big screen. I could see it. We got that little screen moving around.
We're like right there. There we are.
Yeah, like
we got Fat Laces joining us. We're doing a collab today, Fat Laces.
are.
Thanks for being with us.
And at some point, we'll actually.
Yeah, amazing, amazing.
What? That's
Who wants to do that?
I'm just kidding.
I just want to hang out with Joe.
How did you even, I'm just checking on your channel, man. It's amazing on how you guys fixed it up, by the way. Awesome,
well,
man.
thank you. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
I love your setup.
I think I need some.
cool.
I think I need some lessons from you guys, man. Like I'm just trash on my channel right now.
Oh,
your
don't do
channel's
that.
great.
Your channel is awesome. I like your setup. I think it's pretty cool.
And I like the chat being on that side of
Basically,
the room, by the way, because having it over there. If you guys on my channel or our channel can't see what his channel is, it's Joedebest Wrestling TV. You can go over there and check it out. But anyways.
and of course, if you're on my channel, their channel is Wrestling Gap, GAB. Boom!
Talk,
there you go.
We get that question a lot. Why'd you come up with Gap? It's like, well, because
Wrestling talk was taken.
Talk's already taken, and what else is there? I don't
what
know.
else is there?
It's not as cool as how Joe got his channel though.
I think
he
this
the
is
best.
way awesome. He the best.
He got called the best. And he's like,
the best.
Yeah. By the way, how did you guys come up with that? By the way.
basically, it all came down to a thesaurus.
It really did. So he was like, I really want to do a wrestling show
talk.
about wrestling and stuff like that. And he goes, but wrestling talk was already taken and stuff. So he got out the old thesaurus to see what the synonyms
other words
of talk is.
And
he's like, oh, Gab. He's
Gab
like,
sounds pretty good.
Wrestling Gab. That sounds pretty good. So.
Yeah, so not a very great story, but
yeah.
I know. I'm
story.
getting the point. I'm actually getting the point right there, man. I'm actually getting the point. For me, already, you know my story, man. You know how it worked out, man. Like, basically in school, people used to tell me, man, oh, Joe, man, you're the best, bro. You're the best, man. And I'm like, come think of it. I can just do the Joe and put the DE and then best. Joedebest.
And it best, absolutely.
It works
100%. That's a home
awesome.
run.
Totally,
like we said,
man.
like it's best to get your nickname from other people. Don't make up your own.
Exactly. We know what happens. You get the last name Fish or Rust, and then they're all like, "Why on earth would you be a champion? Your name does not go well with championship belts."
Totally, man.
Fish.
So trying to get the casa out. Still, I
Don't worry about it. We can work on that over time. We can do a prediction show for the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, we can definitely do another collab.
Of course, we're gonna be doing this, man. We're gonna be doing prediction shows. By the way, guys, this is not just one time or anything. This is us, man. We're gonna be doing this for every prediction together.
Yeah.
It's such a great idea too, because we could either do it as a competition, like, and next December be like, hey,
I won the prediction.
right? Get ourselves a little belt or a little trophy, send it back and forth.
Yeah, totally, man.
I want that in my house
that's
this
so
year.
true.
It should be like Sammy's trophies from his Sammy Awards. You just take a wrestling guy, paint him gold, take a tin can, paint it black, and put the guy on top of it. It's perfect.
Because basically, I you know the thing that I heard about, I think Sami Zayn's awards is much awesome, man. Like Sami Zayn awards is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Totally awesome.
And how they've been working his character so creative. It's made me come around.
Right.
Definitely a huge fan.
Wow,
I
nice.
don't know if I'm a fan, but I think his character's hilarious.
Fidel Castro
Right.
look-alike.
Oh, I don't know. Are we ready to get into some of the predictions for TLC?
I think so.
Do you want me to read over the matches that are happening?
We don't need to go over all
Yeah,
of them.
we can actually talk about one match after the other, basically.
Okay.
And yeah.
All right.
So I guess what do you think is going to be the match on the pre-show?
Yeah, we haven't seen anything.
Pre-show, basically, we might get the 24/7 title.
That's what I was thinking. Good call.
We might
Right.
get it.
Maybe like some sort of a melee with all of them, like Eric and what are the Luchas?
Tozawa and
Tozawa the ninjas.
Yeah. A couple other
Yeah,
ones.
true,
Gulak
true.
out there and
Obviously, Truth.
whatever other ones they've thrown into the mix.
So I guess the over/under on how many times R-Truth will lose the title tomorrow night and gain it back.
Oh,
3 times?
Yeah.
good question. What is going to be the prediction on that?
Will he lose the 24/7 title more than 3 times?
But basically, yeah. I think R-Truth is one of the guys who makes the entertainment in WWE right now, basically.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, totally. Agree with that.
There's no doubt about it.
And I'm fine with what he does, his little gimmicks and everything.
I know a lot of people do not like it, and I don't understand it myself because I think it's fantastic.
I think it's hilarious. In fact, I miss the ones what he did with Carmella. Holy crap, some of those skits they did together were so funny. It was like, oh my gosh, who came up with this?
Totally, right?
So it's kind of one of those things where you're like, what other gimmicks can they do?
All right, well, with the 24/7 title probably being on the pre-show, because we haven't heard anything else, and I haven't looked in the last hour to see if they put anything up.
Yeah.
Okay, what match do you think is going to be first? Do you think it'll be the women's tag team match with Asuka? Shayna? What do you think, Joe?
I don't know, man. Like, if we talk about the women's tag team title, basically, if we talk about the women's tag team title, there's a lot of speculation that Charlotte Flair might return and team up with Asuka. I don't know about that, and I'm still not sure about that. But there's a speculation that Charlotte Flair might return at TLC.
Right.
That's true. I mean, there are some speculations for that.
And if that's the case, you would assume that it'll be later in the show.
Right.
Because it'll be such a big pop.
Mm-hmm. I know that when we were looking at some stuff, there is kind of a prediction rumor thing that's going to happen, that because Asuka doesn't have a partner, and Asuka's partner was, taking out Lana with her KFAB injury that we have going on, because I don't think she was really injured that I know of. There's been nothing, supporting that she actually has been injured. Anyways, but a side note rumor that the possibility of Asuka just being beat up in the back where
Shayna
she
Baszler,
can't
Nia
even
Jax just beat her up before the match even starts, and then we replace her
with Dana and Mandy, because Mandy Rose is back, and that was kind of where it was going in the first place for their
pay-per-view.
for their pay-per-view in the first place, for them winning the women's tag championship. Possibly. I mean,
obviously this is all
that's totally rumor prediction. That's a off the note, side note thing that could maybe happen, I guess. But if that did, I mean,
that changes the whole
it would change your whole who's going to win.
So basically the question is Shayna and Nia going to be champions leaving tomorrow night?
Right. Did we
I don't think so, man. I don't think Shayna and Nia Jax are going to win. I don't think they're going to retain.
Yeah, no, either do I.
I don't think so either.
So that's going to be my prediction, is they're not champions tomorrow night.
Right.
And that'll start their decay, and then they'll start wrestling each other, maybe even at the Royal Rumble, as a match at the Royal Rumble, and then the winner of that will go on to wrestle Asuka or whoever's champion.
Right. Right, yeah.
Basically, guys, before we even continue, I just want to apologize. Totally a lot of miscalculations, a lot of issues happening on my side right now. I just want to apologize to WrestlingGab.
Oh, no.
I want to apologize to Joedebest Wrestling TV, subscribers, man, because it is not really been okay on my side. Literally, I don't know why it's not working. It was showing their face apparently, and then boom, it's not showing again. So basically, the only point I have to do is just put an image, but they can hear the voice. That is a good thing.
Yeah.
So,
and we'll just keep on keeping on. It'll get better as the months go by.
Yeah, we'll get this down to a science, Joe, and you're doing a great job.
You're doing fantastic, and you look fabulous over on WrestlingGab too, by the way.
Really?
Big old smile.
Did you have to say that? Did you have to say that?
Of course. Why wouldn't we?
We can definitely see you.
But we thank you so much.
Man, I want to apologize, by the way. No, honestly, I'm really sorry about that. Like, I don't know. It's really not been the best thing in my side, literally. But
don't worry about it.
We're gonna be doing this every day.
If I could figure out a way to send you mine, you could put ours up on yours. But I don't know if that's a thing. So.
Right.
Let me see. Does links work? Do links work on Streamlabs? I don't know. If they work, that can possibly happen, by the way.
Yeah,
yeah, that would be something we'd have to play with, because I don't even know.
Yeah, he would have to do it on ours. I mean, you could possibly try it. Just go to WrestlingGab and then link it, and then just screencast.
Yeah, like you send me the link, and then I just copy the link and put it. Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how to.
It will basically work.
Let's see. Something like this. Is it?
I don't know. Anyways, thanks to all our subscribers out there and Joe's subscribers for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate it. And thanks for sticking with us through all of our troubles and troubleshooting.
I'll try that. I don't know. You can
and
see.
They're the best, by the way. They're the best. They're still there. They're showing their love and they're supporting, even though we're having a couple of issues.
Oh, don't worry about
that. Yeah. Okay. Let me see.
Nothing
I got the link.
I don't know if that'll work, but you can definitely try that.
Give it a try. I think so. Why not give it a try?
Wait. By the way, you guys are live, right?
Yes,
on
absolutely.
Your channel.
Yes.
That's great. That's great. I'll just take the screen from there. Thank you for making me think like that.
Yeah, just outside the box.
Just a little outside the box.
You know how many problems we've had on this? Like, I can literally almost fix things real time because because that's the beauty of growing slow, is that as the problems occur, you don't have that many people watching, so you're not that embarrassed, as you're growing. And so as the problems come at you, you can kind of work with them at real time. You don't want 100,000 people watching you and then all of a sudden something go wrong and you don't know how to fix it.
True.
True. That is very, very true.
A lot of problems.
Yeah. Most of the problems that we come up with are audio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what I always know is that, you always have to learn. There's always issues will come, and that's where people run. And you always get to learn,
True.
You get updated in these things.
Yep. Exactly.
But everybody out there's being super patient. It's fantastic.
Looks like Fat Lisa says sad about Peyton Royce not getting airtime, though. Oh, man.
Well, who wouldn't want to see Peyton Royce on the airtime?
We do have Kato Jackson with us in our
Hey,
chat.
Kato.
Hey, Kato, how's it going? We have Future Wrestling Champion. Says, I'm from Joe's Stream. Hey,
Well,
Future
thanks for
Wrestling Champion.
coming
Thanks
over
for
here and-
hanging out with us from Joe's Stream. We appreciate it. We also have K-Sai in the chat. Hey,
everybody.
K-Sai. Hey, everybody who's over from Joe's.
Thanks
we
for giving us a
appreciate you
subscribe and
just
hanging out with us.
hanging over here for a second. We appreciate that. We did have
Yeah,
one.
they are the best. They are the best right there. They are the best.
Yes. Subscribers are the best.
The best of the best.
We did go over maybe what the pre-show
Janelle been
match
in here
might
yet?
be. Who?
Janelle.
No, I haven't seen him yet. What the pre-show might be for TLC. We think it might be the 24/7 title match if you weren't with us at the very beginning.
I was wondering if they would do that, or maybe even the tag team titles from SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
With Dolph and with the glorious show-offs, basically. Dolph and Rude.
Oh, right, because they're not really like doing it as well. I guess they could throw that in there now.
Right, but would that work? Would you want to put them on the Street Profits on the pre-show?
No, you would want to do.
I mean, they do that to wrestlers all the time. The Usos were on the pre-show quite a bit. Like Vince doesn't like tag teams.
Right.
He almost despises them. That's why we've only got like 3 in the whole company, maybe 4.
True.
He always likes to take those singles wrestlers and team them up and make them a tag team.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't usually have a lot of true tag teams.
Right. Well, and it's weird because, Robert Roode was gone for so long, and then Dolph was kind of on his own, and now they're kind of putting him back together as a tag team, even though they're mostly singles wrestlers.
Yeah.
So,
but they're probably not going to be on the show. So what other matches do we have?
We also have, of course, the Raw Tag Team Championships that are going to happen on TLC. The SmackDown Women's Championship, the Firefly Inferno match is happening. Universal Championship, which is a TLC match, and the WWE Championship, which is a TLC match.
So
There's
basically,
only
they got
2.
3 main events. So we have to, I would assume what they'll do is start the show out with one of those 3 matches.
You think they're going to start out with one of the championships or the Inferno match? I think the Inferno match might be last. What do you think, Joe?
Joe, what do you got there?
Man, come on. We gotta give it up for the man. The head of the table, man. Like Roman Reigns is gonna rule with the main event, man. He's gonna rule with the main event. Basically, I think Drew McIntyre and AJ Styles will be a match. And then after that match, we get to see, the Inferno match. Of course, Randy Orton versus The Fiend. And then we get to finish with Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens.
Okay.
Right. So you think they're going to go all 3 of those at the end? I just figured they would start the pay-per-view with a bang like that, which would make sense to do the Randy Orton Fiend match at the beginning because they have to set up that pyrotechnics all the way around the ring.
Right, for that Inferno match.
Because they put that propane burner all the way around the outside of the ring to start it.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that has to be set up.
Either start or end.
Right.
One or the other, right? I mean, I guess.
Totally, I like your thinking. By the way, basically they might start with a banger match. Of course, they will want to start with a banger match.
And who wouldn't want to see AJ Styles and McIntyre start the show? It's like woo.
Right.
That's gonna get it kicked. I mean, if they go that route.
Yeah. If
that
they
way,
did it
you
that
basically main eventing the beginning and then basically bookending it with championship matches.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Instead of saying, "Hey, look, we got both of our champions going back to back, but this champion, the head of the table, is more important."
Right.
I don't know about that.
Right.
That's the only problem I'd have with it. So they would have to split it up with another match.
True.
In between those, if they did that, and then all of a sudden it looks like a mid-card match. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to
yeah.
see how WWE thinks.
Well, exactly, because those 3 matches for their main champions from each brand, and then that Inferno match are kind of in contention for airtime.
Right, and it's going to be who, honestly, out of those 3, all 3 of them could main event any pay-per-view.
True.
Even WrestleMania, basically. Yeah. If they were pushed correctly.
Right.
I don't know about the Kevin Owens one, but.
Well, I don't know. Kevin Owens can hold his own.
He's great. I'm just saying, like, Roman Reigns is making that the main event. If it was Kevin Owens versus anybody else, that's not the main event.
Right.
Tonight. But I do believe that's going to close the show.
Right. So you're going with what Joe's
Right.
saying, that Roman Reigns is
The
going to
head
be
of the table is closing this show
that
down.
he's going to be that end one. So
Yes.
should we save it for last on
Yes.
what our predictions are? All right.
Yeah, we save it for the last for that one. We save it for the
Okay,
last.
so we did go over the women's tag team championships. If people are just kind of hanging out with us right now, if anybody wants to know, the women's tag team champions are Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, who are the champions, versus Asuka and a to be determined individual, which it could be Asuka and somebody else. There's speculations it's who, Charlotte Flair. I think there was somebody else threw something else out there.
Nikki Cross.
Nikki Cross. That was the other one that somebody else threw out there. I don't know. Joe, do you feel it's going to be one of those two people, or?
Basically, I wouldn't put Nikki Cross on that tag team because apparently we all know that Nikki Cross has an issue going on with Alexa Bliss. So that is another sort of a storyline that we expect to see between these two ladies. So I wouldn't put Nikki Cross any close to the women's tag team titles. But Charlotte Flair, yes, I will put Charlotte Flair there. I would also think of maybe Lana might also still come back. Apparently, you never know. This is WWE. She might just come in.
What about somebody like Naomi? They did draft her to Raw.
They did draft her to Raw. We haven't seen her for a while.
True. It might be Naomi. Now you're thinking. Yes, basically, it might be her. Her return back in WWE again.
Right.
So.
I think she had an injury, an actual injury, also, as why she was out.
Right.
That she had some injury happen. So I mean, there's some speculations there, plus the speculation that I threw out there that I read on some stuff that Asuka could just get beat up in the back, and Asuka's completely out of it. She doesn't have a to be determined partner, and Dana and Mandy are put in their place. So I mean, that's one of those throw out there stuff. So you can't really say, but. I know that Joe earlier said that he was going to say that Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler would continue to be the champions and would retain their championship. So I'm guessing that you're going to continue with that. I think you, Travis, said the same thing.
They're not leaving with the titles.
He's going to. So I'm going to say that because of the contention and what's happening with Asuka, I just don't feel that Asuka as a champion is going to get the tag team championship too. I mean, not that she can't, but with somebody
but
who's not even a
I have
partner,
like two choices.
I mean,
Basically, if Charlotte Flair returns and teams up with Asuka at tomorrow night on TLC, basically, I'm expecting to see Asuka and Charlotte Flair become the new women's tag team champions, so that we can get the feud going on between Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax.
Right. And yeah, no, that makes sense.
Exactly.
That's only if, that's totally. That only if thing. And that's the hard part is this match is probably going to be the hardest one to predict because there's an unknown entity.
Right. That's why I'm just saying if they're leaving tomorrow night as champions is the answer, is the question.
Yeah.
So are they leaving tomorrow as champions?
And I say yes. Shayna and I are going to leave tomorrow as champions.
And I'm going to
I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. Oh my god.
Travis
it's really hard. You're predicting something that you're not even sure of. Basically, and you just have to go with it. Like, you just have to flow with it.
Exactly. Right. Yep. That's that weird contention match. Right. So that's the only match on the card that you're just like,
well, because you don't know who's actually going to be wrestling in the match.
Right.
And that's the beauty of it. That's why we want to watch, right?
Right. The surprise.
We want to watch WWE wrestling because of this.
Yes, because of that surprise. What's going to happen?
And the head
for me, I think Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler are going to lose. I'm going to go with that.
There you go.
Okay.
So no championship. All right. What else?
So I'm the only one going to they're going to come out as champions.
You're the one.
I am the oddball.
It's the safer one. I bet you that's a 66 to 7% chance
I'm the oddball.
they're
this
leaving
time.
champions.
All right. So which one do you want to go over next?
Just
that one. That one. Want to tag the Raw tag
yeah,
teams
let's
now?
absolutely. Hurt Business.
So let's do the Raw tag team championships. That would be the New Day, who's the champions, versus the Hurt Business.
Their business is hurting.
Is it? Is it because of Riddle getting all involved in their stuff? I'm kidding.
I think that might actually even play into it, because I do have a feeling Riddle is going to be wrestling Bobby Lashley heading into the next pay-per-view.
Ooh.
That's going to be a big build-up.
Right? What do you think about that, Joe?
I think I'm going to skip on that. Because just looking apparently on that match, I'm just going to skip on that. I'm just going to say that. I'm going to skip on that.
Taking the high road.
It's like, I am not guessing whatsoever. I actually, my guess is that the New Day is going to continue to retain their championship during this pay-per-view. I don't think that they are pushing the things that are happening with Cedric Alexander on the Hurt Business kind of like makes me go, because he kind of sits there and he's like, I'm the best, look at me, I'm so awesome, I did it all myself, and I'm so great. And the other two are like, what the hell is your deal, dude? As he runs off saying how great he is. And he's done it a few times, and it hasn't really stopped it, and he hasn't really progressed it to something more, but it's still there. And so I kind of feel like he's kind of like their weak link right now, because he wants to win so bad, and he thinks it's just him who's the one winning, and I think that it's going to take him down a notch. So I personally think the New Day are going to retain their championship. So that's my guess.
That's a pretty decent guess, isn't it?
I don't know.
I'm going with the Hurt Business because those titles will look good.
They would. I'm not saying they
On the
wouldn't
Hurt
by
Business.
any means.
I think I'm gonna change my mind now.
Uh-oh. He's not gonna pass. He's gonna actually make a prediction.
I saw what happened between New Day, of course. Cedric Alexander defeated both of the New Day members. Of course, that is Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. This making sense. Possibly 92% Hurt Business are going to be the new Raw Tag Team Champions. Simple as that,
Those
man.
odds.
All right. So we're going to bet that Joe is going with them as the new champions also. All right. Okay. Well, good deal.
All right. Anybody at home want to chime in here?
Yeah, we got anybody in the chat that wants to say what they think
Joe,
is
you
going to
got
happen?
anybody on your side that want to give us their predictions?
I think Justin Dawson's going with Jackson
Joedebest
Taylor.
people, let me know, man. I know you guys are a little bit of mad. You can't see any video on. I'm sorry about that. But please, let me know what you guys think about the Hurt Business versus the New Day. Who's going to win?
Right? Who's going to win? Who do they think's going to win? I think one of our people think that it's going to be the Hurt Business. Justin Dustin out there. Fatley's like, do you see the Hurt Business winning clean tomorrow night?
Oh, no.
That is a good question, Fatley says.
They
Probably
will never.
not. They are bad
win
guys.
in a clean way.
But I don't really see the New Day winning clean either. They've done some dirty deeds. And they've done them dirt cheap.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
Come on.
Nobody's going to get that. Well, maybe some people might if they listen to that kind of music.
I've got some comments coming in through on my chat right here.
Sweet.
Murphy the Disciple says he's gonna go with the Hurt Business for the win. So yeah, and also I also have Aaron Reld, is it Raid or Raid? Aaron. Man, I hate pronouncing words so bad.
Aaron.
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 Thank you to the WrestlingGab for trying to educate me on pronunciation right here. Ooh. Aaron. There we go.
You can do it that way. That sounds great.
Aaron is like he's saying, I'm gonna go with a New Day. He's gonna go with a New Day.
New Day?
Good deal.
I'm just not a big fan of the New Day without Big E.
I know. It is so awkward and weird.
I mean, even when they come out, you want to hear, ah.
You want to
So
see him tell?
wait a second. Wait a second. Where do you guys come from? The name again. I forgot the name.
We're in
Of
Idaho.
We're in
what?
Idaho.
Pocatello, Idaho.
Pucha. Huh?
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Idaho. We're just from the States, you know, the western part.
The Rocky Mountains. I don't know if our elevation is as high as yours though. You're where are you at? Kenya?
Did we lose the audio? I think we may have lost the audio.
There he is. There's your audio.
Did we get you back?
What you clicking on over
No.
There we go.
There you are.
Ah, we hear you talking now. Fat Laces did say the recent title reign by New Day has been lackluster, and I agree it would be nice to see the gold on Hurt Business. As Fat Laces says.
Can you guys
Yes.
hear me, by the way?
Yes, we can hear you now.
We can hear you now.
Yeah, for a second there we couldn't.
There's something still not happening on my side.
Uh-oh.
Well, we'll get all these bugs kicked out. Let's move along.
Fat Laces was telling us our audio was crackling for about a minute, so I don't know. That was about 10 minutes ago, though. I don't know. Fat Laces, if you're still in our chat, how does it sound now? Does it sound better? Does it sound worse?
Perfect.
Sounds good.
Those new mics sound like $1 million.
Sweet. Since we're actually using them this time. I'm kidding. Anyways, we're not hearing Joe.
Joe, we're not hearing. Oh, there you are.
We kind of hear you and then.
I can hear you when you click.
Yeah, I'm here.
There you are.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. All
Sweet.
right.
Okay, so we went over that one. We did get some information. Was there anybody else out there that said who they thought was going to be winning that prediction for the Raw Tag Team Champions?
No.
I think that was pretty much it.
Make
Looks
sure
like we
you're just
have-
leaving your comments below,
Yeah.
especially after the stream if you're watching it,
Yes.
because a lot of people will be coming in afterwards.
Right. We do have Walter in our chat. Hey,
Hey,
Walter.
Walter.
Good to see you out there, bud. So I guess we'll move on.
This
To
is
the next-
Joedebest TV
Yeah,
that we're
we've
working
got-
with today.
Yeah, we've got Joe out there with us today. So welcome.
Yeah, and this being our first time doing this, guys, we are sorry apparently if you can see any kind of, issues happening here and there. It's our first time, so basically the second time, trust you me, we're going to be perfect doing our prediction as usual together, because this is not the first and this is not the last. Boom.
Exactly. That's the way to put it. All right, so let's go and do the next match. How about the SmackDown Women's Championship? That's going to be
this is
Sasha Banks, our champion, versus Carmella.
Sassy. Carmella.
It's so funny when Carmella comes out, you can't hear anything. You can't hear any comments coming in through from Corey Graves. He's always quiet.
All right. I wonder why.
Couldn't imagine.
Yeah, he only leaves the commentary right there for Michael Cole to talk, but he's like just seated there. You can't hear his voice or anything. He's just silent, and I'm asking myself, why is this dude just silent?
He's like, it's probably going to be inappropriate things that come out of his mouth.
Because it's not Mandy.
It's not
Or
Mandy.
Alexa.
Yeah, the goddess.
The goddess.
I know that he has said, after Michael Cole is done saying his stuff and everything, that Corey Graves has said stuff.
Yeah, he did say something like, "Oh my God, it's her, the gods." Something with God in it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
about her when she was getting in the ring.
Yeah.
One time.
I think it was not last week, but the week before.
Right.
So he did make a comment about Carmella, like he was like, "Whoa." So we didn't actually hear him be a perv.
They're both smoke shows. Let's just give them the credit that they deserve.
They are. That's very true. They are very nice looking ladies. So I'm going to go. I know that they've only had this feud going on for not a really long period of time. I'm going to stick with my little theme I've got going on so far, that Sasha Banks will retain her championship.
Yeah. Who do you got, Joe?
You guys are going with who? Sasha Banks.
No.
Just me.
I
That's
haven't
just
done
me.
I haven't done mine yet.
Okay, I'm gonna go with her also. Sasha Banks retaining. Simple.
Yeah, 99.99999% chance Sasha Banks wins this.
Yeah.
Carmella's just there to push this along. I mean, this feud might go into the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Because I mean, SmackDown doesn't have the women that it takes to have a big,
Yeah.
a stable of women.
Right.
They only have what 6, 8 women over there that they use on a constant basis.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think that Carmella losing at one pay-per-view is going to make it so they're not going to push her towards the championship.
She's fine.
Still.
She doesn't really need a push. She looks great.
Right. So I think that one was pretty quick and easy.
Yeah, that one doesn't have a lot of talk.
All right, so of the last three, we want to keep this one for last. So you want to do this one or that one?
Let's do this one.
Okay. So we're going to go, Joe, with the WWE Championship, which is a TLC match between Drew McIntyre, the champion, versus AJ Styles. What do you think, Joe? What do you think is going to happen with this match?
Basically Drew McIntyre being the guy that he is, and seeing there's a sort of a new storyline might start where Sheamus attacks his best friend, Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is going to retain. Simple as that.
Yeah, there's not a lot to talk about here. I don't think AJ stands a chance.
You don't think he stands a chance?
Now, AJ
yet?
hasn't lost in what? Well, the last time he lost was probably to McIntyre. It's been a long time since AJ's lost.
Mm-hmm.
True. And it looks like they're slowly pushing him, but he is that heel, but he does have his big guy with him.
Right.
And it's going to be an exciting match because there's going to be a lot of twists and turns.
Right.
But I also do think that McIntyre's leaving as the champion.
Right. So there is one little crux I'm going to throw in there. We still have The Miz out there for Money in the Bank. I mean, I personally don't see him cashing in on Drew. But, I mean, is he going to play a part in AJ's loss, maybe? Or, like you said, Sheamus, like Joe was saying, Sheamus come out and attack Drew, or, after he wins
and
or
then
something.
The Miz walks away with it. So the only way I would see this happening is if they assume that they're going to be able to have fans at WrestleMania, and they want Drew to win the title in front of fans, because he did not get that opportunity this year.
He did not. True.
Because of the whole
the time he won
suspended.
it, and then the time he re-won it.
Right. He didn't get to do it in front of fans. So if they want him to get the big pop in front of a standing ovation in front of real fans cheering,
right,
I could see them giving it to The Miz and then him winning it back at the biggest show, the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. Right. But I have a really hard time seeing Miz as champion. He loses all the time. I don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't see him like just forfeiting it. And that's happened before. We've seen guys that literally have cashed in the Money in the Bank and not won it. Like Damien Sandow, I think, is one of them.
Oh, yeah. And I don't see them playing The Miz like that.
Right.
I really don't. I think The Miz,
Anyways,
even though a lot of people don't like him and they think he's old and washed up or
Joe,
whatever.
Any predictions on the Money in the Bank? You think it'll be cashed in?
This is the point. During that match between Drew McIntyre and, of course, AJ Styles, The Miz is going to play a very huge part right there to maybe, of course, he's the one who's going to make AJ Styles lose to Drew McIntyre. Because for me, I don't think The Miz is that stupid to cash in a TLC. He would probably want to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase in a huge pay-per-view like WrestleMania. He wants that moment. He wants the moment of WrestleMania. This is The Miz, guys.
Right.
Yes. You know how he thinks. Yeah.
He's awesome.
So basically, he's gonna do what he does best.
True.
All right.
Yeah.
And I also agree with that.
Right. I mean, and I'm not saying that's why I only threw that monkey wrench in there, just because he is part of that. Like, he's been a part of it for a while now, and you can't not have him, throw a monkey wrench in to have something happen.
If he does interfere in that match, and then AJ loses because of it, they can do the AJ Miz angle for a few months.
Right.
Like.
Yeah, before he cashes in. I mean, I'm not saying he has to cash in. I'm just saying Miz is going to.
Yeah, that's totally true.
Yeah, because Miz is Money in the Bank, he's going to cause some kind of monkey wrench in the whole situation, and then you have that. So you guys are going that Drew McIntyre is going to retain?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so am I.
So Drew on that one. Everybody's agreeing.
Yes. And I
We
think people
agreeing
out
on
there in our chat, and I don't know about Joe's chat, but we do have some people in our chat saying that Carmella's going to win. Fat Lace says that Sasha's going to retain back on that last one. Walter is going with Drew will win on this one. Justin Dustin's going with Drew. Fat Lisa says Miz and Morrison will probably interfere. A table will be destroyed, but Drew will still retain. Let's see. But Walter's saying, yeah, the Miz won't cash in. Let's see. That's it for that. We also have somebody new, Edwin Pereira, in our chat. Hey, Edwin, how's it going? Let's see. I think that's pretty much it for just a quick rundown of some people saying some stuff in our chat. Okay, so.
Joe, anybody over there saying anything?
Anybody in your chat?
My chat is a little bit of dry, man. Like, I don't know. People are just listening. They're just, watching and listening. They're not commenting. I guess it's because they're used to seeing a video my face right there, and they're like, what is going on today?
We'll get this all worked out.
We'll work out those bugs for the next one for sure. Maybe we'll have to do some dry runs or something, that aren't predictions, but do just a quick collab video to say hi to everybody or something, just so we can make sure everything's working at some point before we do our next.
But I've got a comment coming in through. Murphy the Disciple says, I'm going with Drew McIntyre.
Ah.
Yes.
And also Aaron. I don't know. Aaron.
There,
in Africa, we have some sort of our pronunciation is a bit of whack in a way.
Yeah.
Because the way you guys pronounce it, for me, I'll call him Aaron.
There you go.
Sounds perfect.
That sounds great.
I call him Aaron. Yes.
Yep.
So yes, Aaron says, Joe, I'm going with AJ. Woo-hoo! We got someone going with AJ Styles, man. I know he also says, also tell WrestlingGab I said hi.
Yep.
This side.
Hi.
Good to see you in there.
Good deal. All right, so one of the bigger matches that's going to happen, Firefly Inferno match. Woo-hoo.
All right, an Inferno match.
Lots of fire.
Is obviously when they just take the propane, the gas, and they put the girders around the outside of the ring and they light it on fire, so the wrestlers cannot leave the ring without severely burning themselves. But we do not know what a Firefly Inferno match is.
Maybe.
So this is going to be interesting to see.
But that is going to be between, of course, The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, versus Randy Orton.
Now, Randy Orton, the build-up, I'm not a huge fan of the recaps on WWE, but I'm going to do one real quick. Randy Orton lit The Fiend on fire in a box on Monday.
Yes.
So,
man, it was crazy.
It was Bray, and then The Fiend came out.
And years ago, Randy Orton had lit the cabin on fire.
Yes.
Burned his chair.
Yes.
Like, he likes to burn stuff. Randy Orton's obviously a pyromaniac.
He's a little bit of a pyro.
He's always the dude, by the way. Randy's always got the plan.
Yes.
Always. Always on top. Always in front.
Very true. He definitely does. There is, you cannot say that is not the truth right there. Because
he's Vince's man for sure, I think, too.
He's
always in a main event.
Mm-hmm.
Always headlining.
Mm-hmm. Or big matches that mean something, crazy matches, long matches, however you want to put it.
I mean, honestly, he was in the greatest wrestling match in the history of wrestling at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Right.
Against Edge. Oh, it's unarguable. It's a scientific fact.
Yeah.
You're so full of crap.
It was billed as the greatest wrestling match of all time.
Yeah, like I don't think WWE will ever risk losing Randy Orton at any opportunity.
Oh no.
They wouldn't ever lose that dude because Randy Orton is always that guy for the business. He is great in the ring. He is great on the mic. Basically, he's great in everything, man. He doesn't do a lot of botch like other wrestlers. Mm-hmm. So he's apparently one of the best wrestlers who's a living legend right now, man. Like, I can say that.
Right?
Oh, absolutely.
Which is even more funny that he's a legend, yet he's the legend killer. Does that mean he has to kill himself?
Yeah, he's going to be like The Undertaker.
Does he have to wrestle himself?
He's going to kill himself. at the end of his career. Gonna get hit with an
Totally,
RKO out of
man.
nowhere to himself.
Right? It's like, how's that gonna work out? But hey, I'm sure they'll figure something
Hey,
out
the
for him.
Undertaker made himself rest in peace.
True that.
Now Randy's got to kill himself.
Great. Probably in some
Yeah,
pyro
it's
accident.
gonna kill his career.
All right, so I don't know if you want me to go first. Or
Go
if you
ahead,
guys
hit
want-
it.
All right, I'll go first. I really feel like the Fiend should win, so I'm gonna say that the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, is going to win that match.
Go ahead, Joe. Who you got?
For me, of course, man, the Fiend is the guy. The Fiend has to retrieve himself on this. I think the Fiend is going to win this match so that to give Randy Orton another opportunity to try and figure out what can make the Fiend lose on me. So, because it's still going to go on and on and on between these two guys. It's not yet over. So, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. But I do also go with the Fiend because I don't see them having him lose.
I just don't want. I mean, especially on a pay-per-view. Oh, the last time that backlash happened.
Well, not the last time because Goldberg beat him on a pay-per-view.
True.
But
it
the
was
time
Goldberg,
before
so
that,
everybody
it
was all in
basically
love.
ruined Seth Rollins' career
It did.
after he beat the Fiend.
Oh my
Like, it
God,
was
that
all
was
downhill
like,
from that.
It was like burn it down, indeed.
Yeah, I think people hated that match between the Fiend and Seth Rollins. That match was so long, it became so boring. And how in the world would there be a disqualification in a Hell in a Cell? Doesn't make sense.
It didn't make sense,
it
and that's
didn't.
what got everybody.
Everybody was so mad about that.
And then they had him
For
lose the title. He
days.
dropped the title to Seth at the Saudi Arabia show, which was just mind-boggling to me. I was just like, what is going on here?
Right. And I mean, I guess if they had other ideas for him, if they have other ideas for him, do not put a championship on him. Just don't. Do not put him in the position of getting championships or anything like that. Just let the Fiend be the Fiend.
He's
Let the
a main
Fiend do
event
his
on his
thing.
own
He
without a
is.
title.
He
is what you're
doesn't
saying.
need titles. He doesn't need title runs. He doesn't. I mean, he could go beat up the champion if he wants to, but he doesn't need to have a championship run to be the Fiend. Like, it's just weird. Like, if you're going to treat him like the Undertaker, then go that route.
Yeah, I can see there's a comment coming in through.
Oh,
Awesome.
Aaron says, I'm going with the Fiend. And also we have Highness Flair. Woo! Of course, he says it's always the Fiend will win, but never bow. What is this? Never bow or never how is the Fiend. I don't know what that meant, but he's going to go with the Fiend. He's going with the Fiend, man.
All right.
He's going with the Fiend.
All right. Well, we do have somebody else in our chat, Tommy T. Hey, Tommy T.
hey, Tommy.
Inferno match is back last time that happened. I don't know when because of PG era, but the first was Kane versus Taker. Interesting facts to know. Let's see. Fat Lisa says, I thought Randy was planning to go part-time. He might still be.
That was like 2 years ago,
Right.
when he was planning that. So, and I had heard a lot of rumors about him wanting to be a part-time wrestler.
Oh.
And he carried the company this year.
He did.
He was one of the guys that literally put it on his back with Asuka.
Yep, they
and
both did.
McIntyre, and they just kind of
took
carried it down the road.
Walter says Randy Orton will win. The Fiend will catch on fire. Oh, Walter.
Really? Did he have to say that? Come on. You just lost your bet.
Walter. Oh no.
Like every prediction stream I've seen or every prediction show I've seen, everybody literally has gone with the Fiend. Everybody has gone with the Fiend.
Oh yeah.
Right? I mean, and it's just because they've put him out there that he is this entity that, I mean, he can lose, of course, but he may go out there as Bray Wyatt and get beat up, but when he comes out as the Fiend, it's like, you're done. Like,
Right.
there's no...
He's untouchable.
There's no ifs, ands, buts. You're done. Even if it's a long match and, you know, he's still, you know, if he's dead in the water, he comes back to life and takes you out. Kind of thing. But
Right.
Yeah, like the only easy person to beat is Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt is the easy person to beat. But the Fiend is a total different case, man.
yeah, exactly.
Total different.
Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Yeah. Joe's got it. He's got the answer right there.
All right, should we talk about our main event?
We do have Vindicator in our chat. Hey,
Vin.
Vindicators. WrestlingGab expand the horizons. I see. He says Bliss will interfere and help the Fiend win it.
Let's go with Bliss, huh?
He likes to throw that Bliss out there, old Vindicator. All right.
Like some Bliss, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I want to see her on TV. So
Well, of course we want to see her on TV. I don't know how much of an interference she would be, though.
Well, she's on the outside of the ring.
Just giggling all madly.
It just doesn't make a lot of
Throwing
sense.
dolls at him or
like
something.
like a super vet, right? Like, he's not going to be distracted by some girl that's up the ramp.
No, he wouldn't.
So
No.
it would have to be like her making the lights twitch. Or
Yeah, she'd have to do something. Instead of like throwing dolls at him or something.
Anyways, let's move on.
So now we're going to try and see if this is going to be our main event. So Travis and Joe have decided that this is going to probably be the main event for TLC.
Head
and
of
that
the table.
is the Universal Championship match. And it is a TLC match against Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. All right, Joe,
Even
take it
before
away.
you continue, even before you continue on that, let me say why me and Travis go with the main event of Roman Reigns and of course Kevin Owens. Remember, Roman Reigns is the guy that runs SmackDown. Roman Reigns is the guy that is killing Monday Night Raw ratings, man. This guy has been killing Monday Night Raw. So basically, he's going to be the guy that is going to be on the main event. And of course, with no further ado right there, I know Jey Uso has a problem with his cousin also, Roman Reigns. A lot of people are speculating that Jey Uso might make Roman Reigns lose a TLC against Kevin Owens. There's also other speculation that Kevin Owens will be the winner, but I'm going to say no.
No.
Roman Reigns is going to retain his title, and he's going to go all the way, maybe make even that match. Use all his moves, all his, how can I say, cheating moves. But of course, that is not a disqualification match. There, I mean, there's no disqualification in that match. Basically, Roman is gonna get the win because he's a tough dude to beat. Even though we saw Kevin Owens, whether he's beaten down, he still comes up. But Roman Reigns, he is the dog, the big dog, the tribal chief, the head of the table. Roman Reigns. To the fullest.
Yes, it's definitely his island, and we're all just guests
Totally,
on it.
Man.
And so, yeah, definitely Roman Reigns is winning that. I'm not going to be so articulate as you were, but Roman.
Wait a second. Murphy the Disciple says, what is their YouTube channel? I want to watch. The YouTube channel is WrestlingGab. Go subscribe there, Murphy the Disciple, man. WrestlingGab. Wrestling, and then a space, GAB. Yes.
And it should pop up.
Fantastic. And anybody in our chat, if you do not know Joedebest already, his wrestling, his YouTube channel is Joedebest, all together one word, Joe Debest, Wrestling TV. So go ahead and look him up. If you already aren't a subscriber over there, please go over, hang out with Joe. He's an awesome guy. And I've been enjoying having this collab with him today. It's been great.
It's fantastic to get to know him, too.
Yeah. So I guess I have to make my choice. And I'm not saying that Roman Reigns isn't going to retain his title. I'm sure he's going to. But I'm going to say somehow Kevin Owens is going to pull it out of his butt that he wins.
Right.
Okay.
So basically, she's predicting that Roman Reigns has a massive heart attack.
I'm not saying he's not going to be champion. I'm just going to say that somehow somebody's going to make it so that Roman Reigns basically gets disqualified. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying that he gets pinned or he gets beat or anything like that. I'm saying that somehow Kevin Owens will pull it out of his butt.
Right. As the dogs go crazy.
I think it's probably because we have somebody.
Looks like somebody came up to the door for a second.
Nice.
I think it's my sister.
Packages.
No, I think.
Oh, she wants some letters. Anyway. Anyway, so that's it.
So
I
you're
mean,
going with Kevin Owens with an honest look at the face. It's not even honest.
it's honest.
Like she's not even sure about it. How can you
Roman
go with
Reigns
Kevin
so
Owens?
much.
She doesn't like
hate
Kevin
him
Owens.
so much. I hate Roman Reigns so much that I do
This
not
is the
want
fact.
him to
Listen,
win.
this is the fact. A
Listen
lot
to
of
the
people
fact.
hate on Brock Lesnar, but of course we all know that Brock Lesnar is always winning his matches. But people still hate on him. So it's the same thing with Roman Reigns. Whether you like it or hate him, he's still gonna win.
You guys are like, you're saying he's not going to be champion. I'm like, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying he's going to be champion, all right. He's going to come out of it as
TLC match.
champion and everything.
You can't get disqualified. There's no other way to win.
Oh, well, I didn't know that part.
It's a TLC match.
So? That doesn't mean I know all the rules.
Oh, TLC just means there's
It's fine. I'm still going with Kevin Owens.
He's basically, I think, got to climb a ladder and grab a belt. But I'm not sure if that's how they're planning that one. I know that's the AJ Styles and McIntyre one, but they haven't played anything on a ladder with the belt hanging above the ring. But that's usually how you win those types of matches. But
with a ladder and climbing it, or going through a table, or what?
Right. Well, it depends on the match. Like a table match, you have to go through a table. A ladder match, you have to climb the ladder and grab it.
Okay, well, considering that he threw so many tables yesterday, and everything, I'm going to say that's the kind of match it's going to be.
Right. I'm assuming this is going to be a flat out who pins who or makes the other one submit. But the AJ Styles one is definitely a ladder match because AJ climbed the ladder on Monday and there was the belt hanging up. But they didn't play that angle on SmackDown ever.
No.
They didn't play a ladder
No,
climbing
they didn't.
up. And plus, who wants to see Kevin Owens or the Big Dog climb a ladder?
I don't.
Like, to me, that doesn't make a lot of sense. But maybe that's how they're going to do it. I'm not sure. But I would assume it's just a straight up.
I'm sticking with my choice.
You got
I know
Kevin
it's going to be
Owens
wrong.
being
It's
the
going to be a
champion
big
on
fat.
Monday
I
or
just said it was
Friday.
going to be a champion. I said something's going to happen. You guys don't know.
There's no way to win the match besides pin.
There's no way. This is what I always say. The people that think Kevin Owens is going to win, they're clowns.
Good. I'll make sure and put my makeup on and wear my curly wig.
Nose.
Like, it's so impossible. It's so impossible for Kevin Owens to even have a chance of winning on Roman Reigns. Because there's a lot of big matches for Roman Reigns that are being planned for in the future, and I don't see Roman Reigns losing his title anytime soon. Roman Reigns is actually going to lose his title next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
As I said, I didn't say he was going to lose his title.
All right, well, that sounds like it's about it. Joe, if you want to stay on the line while we go off air, and then we'll talk to you in a second. But we're gonna go off. And
No, I'm also going off air, man. Just reading a comment right there. My people are complaining that I'm not reading the comments, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yes,
read those comments.
Drew McIntyre right there says Roman Reigns is not the head of the table or the tribe chief or the best of the best. So basically, Drew McIntyre goes with Kevin Owens.
We've got a bunch of Kevin Owens fans tonight.
Vindicator says Reigns will win to prove a point, or Owens will win to push the rivalry into 2021 Royal Rumble Elimination Chamber. So we do have someone in ours. Walter says Kevin Owens, I pick Brock Lesnar will show up. Paul Heyman will turn his back on Reigns. So we have people in our chat doing the same thing. We also have Janelle Jackson in our chat. Hey Janelle, how's it going, bud?
Wondering if you were gonna show up.
John Dwyer says as for the Raw World Title TLC match, my pick is Drew McIntyre. Oh, so he's going with Drew back. Fat Lisa's like squirrel in Amazon. Oh, yes, squirrels do happen out there for the dogs barking. Sorry, Fat Lisa's. Fat Lisa's like Pensacola native respectfully disagrees. The GOAT Roman is going to be win. Sorry, so biased. Nah. We got Murphy the Disciple. I'm guessing he used to be one of Joe's subscribers and one of Joe's guys that came over and said hi.
Thanks for saying hi.
Murphy the Disciple. Thanks for coming over to our chat for a second. Other than that, I didn't see anybody else. Anybody on your end, Joe, besides some people going with the Kevin Owens thing?
Man, it's really weird on how people are going with Kevin Owens, by the way. So weird.
I think
I'm not
weird.
saying that it's I just like to throw sometimes those Becky Richards, but I seriously do not like Roman Reigns to the point of I would rather be wrong than give him the give him the whatever he past that he's always so much better and the greatest ever. I have never liked Roman Reigns, by the way. This is not because he's a champion or anything like that. I didn't like him in the Shield, and I haven't liked him since. So since I've seen him, I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
That's just my personal opinion.
He's
Nobody
definitely
else's.
growing on me. I did not like him years ago, but I do like Roman Reigns, and he is the big dog.
Yeah,
I always tell that everybody. Even there is a Slammy Awards happening next week on Wednesday, and Roman Reigns is gonna win that. He's gonna win as the superstar of the year. And I keep on telling people, as far as much the superstar of the year has a lot of incredible wrestlers. Where we have Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair. We have Braun Strowman. Who else is there also? We have Drew McIntyre. The best the WWE can offer.
Mm-hmm.
But
Bailey,
of course,
I guess
Roman Reigns is gonna pick the superstar of the year.
So the only way that he doesn't win is because he wasn't here for half of the year.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't come back until what, August, somewhere around there, maybe.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Maybe before August.
Yeah.
Anyway, so missing a half a year, Bailey has a real shot at that because she was champion for 300 and plus days.
Yeah.
Over a year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then also Drew McIntyre because he won the title at Mania and then he carried the company. So I could see Roman not being the wrestler of the year
superstar
because he wasn't there the whole first 4 or 5 months.
Right. Yeah.
That would be the only argument that I would have there.
Yeah.
But for the rest of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the
Since he's been here,
frame.
he's definitely the MVP of wrestling on WWE TV.
No.
Totally, man. I can see a comment coming in through right there. Drew McIntyre says, I like the old Roman Reigns. And he also says, Drew McIntyre, superstar of the year, Joe.
There you go.
Awesome.
All right, well, we'll leave. And then, Joe, I'll talk to you in just a little bit.
All right, WrestlingGab fans and some Joe fans
man.
out there. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thanks for hanging out with Joedebest and WrestlingGab, and we'll talk to you guys on tomorrow for the pay-per-view. Bye-bye.
Yes.